All right, I want to tier rank the first 60 books that I have read in 2021, which for me is December 2019 to the end of May. I know that's weird, but all the end of the year videos go up in December, and I don't want to forget about the books that I read in December and never talk about them because I read some amazing books last December. And when I do my end of the year videos, it includes everything but December of that year. I hope that makes sense. I have 60 books. We're gonna rank them. And so, here we go. I need to try and be quick. I've been rambly lately, and we don't need this video to be 40 minutes long. All right, so we have the tier ranking. We've got new, old, favorite. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Amazing. This is like my 4.5 to 5 stars that somehow aren't favorites because of some nebulous quantity. Great. 4 to 4.5 star read. Good. 3.5 to 4 star read. Good, but not for me. Probably a 2.5 to 3 star read. I don't even know the rating. It's just an book, and then rough. Could cover all manner of sins. So, let's start off with A Court of Silver Flames. I think, is this high end of good? I mean, it's exactly what I wanted it to be, but it wasn't amazing, and it wasn't the best that I've gotten from Sarah J Maas before. When I read this book, I wanted a solid fantasy romance, and for the most part it is, but it's a little overly long, and there are plot things that I just don't like. But that's a pretty standard thing with Sarah J Maas books, but sometimes they're just oh, you thought this plot was important, and it's not. And in this case, it was I actively did not like this plot choice. Why? So, I think that's what makes it a high good book for me. And A Court of Wings and Ruin, though, that's just It's just an book. It's too long. I don't know why I keep rereading it. It's because of Court of Mist and Fury makes me think it's better than it is, or makes me remember all the great moments. It's an book. It's too long. It's not strong enough for the military fantasy tones it tries to throw at me. But, it is what it is. A Dead Djinn in Cairo. This is also good. I don't read a lot of detective mystery books, mainly because that's not, my thing. And when I do read those, I want it to be serialized, kind of like how I love the show Bones, because I want to be in with the characters. The nature of this is it was 40 pages, so I didn't get enough time with the characters. But I'm really intrigued by the world. Alright, now we have the Tex Kalan series, which A Memory Called Empire and A Desolation Called Peace. And this is weird, because A Memory Called Empire is a new favorite. I love it. Now, I rated it technically lower than Desolation Called Peace, but I'm putting that as amazing. I don't really know why, but that's what my brain's doing. I think part of it is I had a better time reading A Desolation Called Peace, but I think about A Memory Called Empire more. I don't really get it. It doesn't make sense. A Memory Called Empire is 4 stars, and A Desolation Called Peace is 4.5 stars. But this is how it lines up. I'm more likely to purchase A Memory Called Empire to annotate and reread than I am A Desolation Called Peace. And, wanting to buy it and wanting to reread it is, kind of what decides a favorite for me. So, yeah, I don't know. Time will tell. All You Can Ever Know, this was a great memoir. This was a memoir about an adopted Korean American but reaching out to her birth family and talking about the complexities of being adopted in America, especially by a white family when you're a person of color. Really loved it. Anne of Green Gables, also great. I mean, it would be higher if I could just remove Anne. Anne herself, a gem. Loved meeting her. New favorite character of all time. In the context of, this is a classic literature children's story that's not normally, my thing, it can't be, a favorite. Just because, that type of trope and writing style is not my favorite thing to consume. I liked it and it was cozy and I loved Anne, but it's not I don't know when I'll be rereading it except for if I read it to my kids one day. Now we've got Burning Roses, and this one I think it's good, but not for me. I hesitate because it's not actually even that not for me, it's just this much not for me, and I think it's because of the themes. And I talk about this a lot in the wrap-up, and I'll have all wrap-ups and reviews down below, and they're all over the channel. But in general, for some reason, I just didn't like the themes in how they were executed. I don't know, and I expected something different, and I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to. So it was good, but it's not for me. And now we've got Chaos on Catnet. This is solidly amazing. I love the Catnet series. I talk about it a lot on this channel. It's a YA sci-fi thriller with a sassy AI. So much found family, so little miscommunication trope. It's great. It's so tense and thrilling, but not because friends are at each other's throats or people aren't communicating. It's just because it's a thriller and it's fantastic. I love that series. More people should read it. It's such a gem. I keep hoping to find it at a bookstore one day. Deacon King Kong. Good, but not for me. It's that last chapter. There's like a tonal dissonance in the sadness of the stuff in the story and the satire of the story, which normally I like satire mixed in with my trauma sad content. But something then happened at the end, and I just didn't, I couldn't get along with it. I didn't like it. I think it romanticized a thing I did not like. So, at least that was my interpretation. The writing, though, is stunning. The community character work, stunning. Loved that. All right, Deadhouse Gates. This is a solidly great book, but very dense. Military fantasy, super dense. Lots of payoff, though. Whoa, there are some scenes. But it's a dense one. Which, you know, and also, like, when you're talking about war, like, it goes into all the facets, you know, including the monotony of war, which, like, reading monotony is, you know, it's a little boring in nature, like, intentional, but still kind of boring. Each of Us a Desert. I love Each of Us a Desert. I want more people to read it. I talk about it all the time. It is a fantasy YA dystopia that is so cool. You have this character who goes on a literal journey to discover where she belongs in the universe. She meets amazing people. I really like it. It's a great Latinx young adult. It's lyrical. It's amazing. I want more people to read it. It still has less than 1,000 reviews on Goodreads, and it just makes me sad. All right, Gardens of the Moon. This one's like same level as Deadhouse Gates, a little bit higher. I liked all the crazy magic that's happening there, and like also it's like your first time being in the Malazan world, and it's just bananas. So much is happening, and it all works out, and it's just chaos. Perfect controlled chaos. I loved it. Hexarcade. I don't know where to put you. So the problem is, my instinct is somewhere in great, but where? And I think here. Because the thing is, there's some short stories that are like, oh, this is fun. I'm glad I have this insight. I love this author note. It made me laugh. And then there's the novella, which is required reading. If you read Machineries of Empire and you love it as much as I do, you must consume that novella. You must. That novella is a 5-star novella. That novella will be reread. I don't know if the other ones will be. I'm more likely to reread the author's notes because Yoon-Ha Lee, hysterical. I love them. They're amazing. Speaking of amazing, How Long Till Black Future Month? Oh, such a good short story collection. I think this is a short story collection that's grown on me. I just like, and it's probably because I've been rereading Jemison, so I'm just like Jemison on the brain. But her intention and character work and world building is just so good. And I like seeing her more like exploratory, what's it called? I don't know, inventive side here, where you get to be more experimental in the short story space. I really like that. And there are some stories that I wish will become novels and they won't. Tears me up. And then we have Interior Chinatown, which is also amazing, but like the top of amazing. This literary fiction blew me away. I read it in like one day. Nope, I read it in a day. It was insane. It's just really good. It's a screenplay where you're basically on this perpetual show, like this cops drama show, and it's a metaphor for what roles Asian Americans can play both in TV but also real life. And it's more than that. It's very compelling. Highly recommend. This is one where like using satire to confront hard topics worked really well for me. Unlike Deacon King Kong. Jade War. Where to put Jade War? I think Jade War is like here. Jade War is great. I don't think I love it as much as everyone else loves Jade War. And I think part of that's an expectations problem. I think this is a book where the hype got me. And I'm sad. But I'm excited to reread it. I'm excited for Jade Legacy. I think it's really solid. But I think the hype got me for that one. Lonesome Dove. Good, but not for me. I think it goes there because it's longer than Burning Roses. Oh my god, it's so long. I know exactly what I would cut. Like, I'm not angry that I read it. And it's just a historical fiction western, and that's just, like, not for me. I read it because of Ryan. It's fine. Love After the End. This is good. This is a short story anthology that I really liked. All indigenous voices, all about a dystopian or utopian future. Really loved it. I mean, it's not as strong as other short story collections I've read, but I'm really glad I read it, if that makes sense. Like, the reason why it's only good is, like, I don't have a standout story. Like, it's been a couple months. I cannot remember stories from it. And it's a shame. There are authors, though, that I do have written down to like look into and things like that, and I'm glad I read it and discussed it with a friend, but it's only good. Okay, Machine Hood. Machine Hood is also great. Machine Hood got me out of a reading slump. I appreciate Machine Hood. It's like a sci-fi, I hesitate to say thriller, but it's like an action movie. And it's set in like 90 years from now. There's a really cool world building with like how we interact with technology and the economy and the global space. And there's kind of like this AI terrorism thing. It's really cool. I had a lot of fun. I think your mileage is going to vary. I thought it was fast-paced. I couldn't put it down. It got me out of a slump. But my definition of fast-paced seems to be different from other people's. So like, take that with a grain of salt. Like, things I found fast-paced, The Mask of Mirrors. And like, I think most people think the beginning of that is slow, but I like blew through the first half. So I don't know. I think I'm broken. But I thoroughly enjoyed Machine Hood. Misery, I think Misery's just good. I don't think it's not for me, although I question if I'll ever find a 5-star read with Stephen King for me. I think every book I've read by Stephen King is like 3.5 to 3 stars. So it's not bad. It's just like, he's such a loved author. Like, where is my book? Mistborn, old favorite. I love Mistborn. I feel like I don't have to say more. I own all of these. You guys know. If you're new here, welcome. I love the Cosmere. Never Let Me Go. I think I'm putting this at the top of good. I don't know. Like, it could be great, but I have some issues. I haven't decided if I'll ever make a video about this book, because it's hard to talk about spoiler-free, and everyone's always like, go in blind. And I think you can, like, talk about it without talking about, like, the thing. But, like, some of my issues have to do with the thing. I'm just saying it like that. I don't know, the twist, the whatever. Like, the thing that people are like, why you should go in blind to the book. So, it's just good. Also good, but like I have more positive feelings on, is Nine of Swords. So this is a independently published book. I think it's out now. I'll link it down below. But this is from Brooklyn Quintana, and it's just a very cozy book. I just was very cozy while I read it. It had all the tropes I loved, but slightly subverted. It was a good time. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous was also good. I think for this one, it's just like a prose problem. Like, it was so close to being great. But, like, it has some stream of consciousness in its prose for helping, like, bring the story together. And I think it made sense, but I think I was too dumb for it. I don't know. It's a story about a man writing a letter to his mom who's illiterate about his upbringing and being gay in the 90s in America as a Vietnamese American boy. It's a great story, but just some of the stream of conscious parts that were there for the author or the character to go through what was happening was hard for me to latch onto, and I think it's what prevented it from being like a really great read for me. Phoenix Extravagant is good, but it's a weird good. Yeah, I think I'll put it there. Yeah, the ending's just weird. I love everything but the ending. Like, everything else is like solid 4-star material, and then the ending is just like, but why? And if you know, you know. It's just a weird ending. Remote Control. This is great. I like Remote Control. It's my favorite Nidia Corfor that I've read so far. I've read the Binti trilogy and Remote Control. And I think it's a solid novella. Really great at packing in everything that story's trying to tell. So good. And it's like sci-fi folklore, which is like, I love that. It's like a story that's like telling the story. It has so many things I like. It has a very different narrative voice than Binti. So if like you've read Binti and you're like, I didn't like that, I would still try out Remote Control because it's a very different writing style. Revenant Gun. It's a new favorite. Come here. Put it right there. This is one of those rare books where I read the first page and I'm like, this is a 5-star read. And it was a 5-star read. And it's the end of a trilogy and it's so satisfying. There's nothing better than a really great ending, but you like hoped the ending was coming from the beginning. It's just such a rare moment to get that, and it was so good. Run Me to Earth is also good. I don't have too many thoughts on it. I think it's a book that's going to be slowly leaving my mind unless book club discussion really like makes it stick. Because I read it and I learned things and I almost got hurt because of moments, but it's also not sticking with me, and I think that's because of how it shows to pick characters that you followed. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. Seven Devils. I think I'm going to put this in Like, it's fine. I have now completely lost interest in ever reading a sequel. I didn't like some of the decisions the characters make. There's a whole Space Sirens book club where we really go into, like, why did these people who are in theory smart do this thing? But I did like The Found Family. I thought the writing was fun. Like, when I read it, I was having, like, a fun enough time. But, like, then we had that conversation, and now time has passed. I'm just like, I'm very about it, I guess. Ship of Magic. New favorite. Let me find Mad Ship, because it's going to be, like, about the same level. Mad Ship, come here. So, like, these two are, like, the same book. It's, like, the same story that keeps going. I'm not ranking them against each other. I can't do that. But I am loving the Live Ship Traders series so much right now. Cannot wait to finish it with Ship of Destiny very soon. Shugibane. This is rough. Like, I would have put it in good, but not for me. Except it literally triggered a depression anxiety spiral. So for me, it was a rough time. It's not a bad book. I've said this a million times. I don't think the book is bad. I don't think the book doesn't deserve the accolades it's gotten. I don't like that I read it. I didn't want to read it. It was not for me. It was a rough time. I didn't need it. So, and that's that. Let's move on. Sorrowland. Amazing. Freaking love Sorrowland. And Evie, I'll have her channel linked down below, just got me the hardback because she got a second copy. It's on the shelf behind me, and it's the same height as The Deep, and I'm just absurdly giddy about it. It's so pretty. It's a really good book. I reviewed it recently. Sunspot Jungle. This is a great short story collection. It has a lot of misses because it's 530 pages. And you're not going to love every story in a 530 page book. But there were some great hits, and I have them all in, like, my Goodreads reviews, so feel free to check that out. And now we've got the Winter Night trilogy. Well, this is just Bear and the Nightingale, which was amazing on reread. Especially now that I've, like, I don't know if I've grown as a reader, but, like, time has passed since I've last read it, and there's some things that bored me the first read that I really appreciated this read, so my patience has increased? I don't know. The Best of All Possible Worlds. My, like, first, like, this is 5-star read of the year. Oh, love it so much. I have that and its sequel behind me. I love it. Karen Lord. Such an underhyped author. So underhyped. But I love her works. The Bone Shard Daughter. I think this is great. I think I'm going to put it here. So my issues with it is that I want more, and I think I'll get more in the sequels. Like, it's a perfectly fun mid-weight fantasy, but I just, like, there were some plot points that were brought forth that I didn't really love its complete execution, but I really loved the mystery and the magic and the world building, so, like, it gave me a lot of what I liked, but it wasn't perfect. Oh, things are getting big. So now we have the Burning Guard. Well, this was rough. Is it more rough than Shugibane? Yeah. I did not like the conclusion to this series. I have a review on this series, completely spoiler-free. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm glad if you did. I wanted to have what you had. It's what I wanted. It's not what I got. The Conductors. This is really good. I really like The Conductors. Yeah, high end of good. I am, like I said, not really into detective fantasy all the time, but this was a really solid one because I really had buy-in to the detective team. I liked the historical setting. I don't get to be in, like, Reconstruction era Philadelphia, like, ever. And I really liked this team. The Emperors of Salt and Fortune. This is a great novella. I really liked it. I'm excited for the sequel. I'm excited for the whole series. It was a tight novella with so much world building packed into it. Like, that's my biggest takeaways. I'm like, whoa, I was really intrigued, and this was the perfect length and the perfect narrative way to tell this story. Like, it's not a perfect book, but, like, that's only because it just didn't have that X factor for me at the time that I read it, but, like, if I think about it, like, objectively, really, really fantastic. And now we have the 5th season, which I feel like you guys know where this is going. This is a old favorite. I love the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, like, I feel like this isn't new. I'm obsessed with her. She's one of my favorite authors. The Fires of Heaven. This is good. It's a perfectly fine book. That's my opinion on the Wheel of Time on average. This is fine. This is good. It's my favorite so far. It's either that or The Dragon Reborn. It's good. The Ghost Bride is also good. I'll put that here. I really enjoyed it. I kind of was thrown by the tonal shift, but I had a good time. The Gilded Ones, that was great. This was a young adult book that surprised me. I almost gave it like 4.5 stars, but the ending was like not it for me, but like up till the ending, I really liked it. I kind of get surprised when people say it reads young, but granted, these people read a lot more young adult than me, so maybe that's why. And yeah, I guess some of the writing reminded me of when I was 14, but I don't know if reading like you or 14 means it reads young. I don't know. I am not a young adult expert or connoisseur, but as an adult fantasy reader, I had a really good time. So I don't know what that means, but I had a good time. Girl in the Tower, another one in my reread. It's really good. I do like The Bear and the Nightingale on reread more than The Girl in the Tower. I don't know what that says about me and what's changed about what I like in reading, but that's what happened. Now we're on to The Haunting of Tramcar, which is good and a better good than Dead Gin in Cairo. The Innocents. I really liked The Innocents. Let's go up here to Great. The Innocents is in Great somewhere, and I think it's here. This is like a survival story of these two orphans in Canada in like the 1700s. I like survival stories. And it's also kind of like a weird twist of like the Garden of Eden. I enjoyed reading this for book club. It was good. It was my first read of 2021. Like not in December, like how I'm doing this weird, like when 2021 started, I had to read this for book club, and it was my first finished book. Lady of the Lake. I don't know what to do with these Witcher books. Let's do both of them. So we have Tower of Swallows. Tower of Swallows is solidly meh. It's very eh. I don't even know if I could tell you what happened in it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a blur. I read it. I know how it ends. Know how it starts. I vaguely remember bits in the middle. I have a series review about The Witcher and like stuff that happens that might work or not work for people. It largely does not work for me, but like I can see why it would work for some people. It's very much its own thing. It's just not what I signed up for when I read the first two short story collections. And Lady of the Lake, I think that's why, like, so Tower of Swallows is eh, but Lady of the Lake is just good, but not for me. Man, that ending. I still don't know how to think about that ending. Like, I also don't like that ending doesn't make sense unless you know, like, other mythology or folklore, and it's not explained in text, and it's not, like, I don't know. Like, I guess some people could argue, well, this is really common folklore, you should know it, and I don't think that's true. I don't know. Maybe it is for the region in which it was written, because this isn't, American first, so maybe. I don't know. I'm being vague, because I don't want to, like, spoil anything. But granted, the title's The Lady of the Lake, so I think you can guess with mythology I'm talking about, or folklore, or whatever it's called. Regardless, good, but not for me. The Mask of Mirrors. The first book of the year that got me real pumped. This is a potential new favorite. We'll see what the second book does this fall, but like, it was good. Oh, I really liked it. It was my first arc. Man, I hit it out of the park in selecting that. I cover picked that. And I trust Orbit. I really like Orbit as a publisher. The Prey of Gods. This is great. This is a great story. Nikki Drayden, man, her imagination is just like, it goes there. If you want a weird time, if you just want really fun chaos, I highly recommend. Sea of Monsters. It's good. Where do I put it in good? I think for what it is, it goes like right here. I think I like Sea of Monsters more than people, but I'm also not like binging this series, and I wonder if that's what makes it like not as good. But I don't know. I think I was talking to my sibling. I think most people don't like the second book in Percy Jackson, even if they read it while it came out. I had a fine time, but I think I liked that it was short, and I didn't mind that it was very predictable. So I had a good time. The Space Between Worlds. This is amazing. Let me get that up here. This was amazing. I'm so glad I read it. I'm so glad I bought it. I bought it before I read it, so like, real dicey there. Did not know how I would feel, because I've had friends love it, and I had friends be meh about it, and I did not know where I would fall. And I falled on love it, and it was great. I had a great time with that. And now we've got The Stars Are Legion. This is good, but not for me. Because, I don't know. Like, it's good. I know it's good. It's doing a lot of really interesting, cool things. But it's body horror and gore, not for me. It's character work, not really for me. It was a little thematically loud. For how quiet everything was at the beginning. What I mean is, like, you don't know anything at the beginning of this story. And then all of a sudden it's like, this is the theme. Listen to the theme. And I'm like, okay, but what's happening? Why are we doing anything? Why is this the solution? What's going on? And I do think I understand what the story wanted me to know, but I just didn't like it that much. Well of Ascension, which I still like more than the first Mistborn. It's so good, though. And now we've got Winter of the Witch, which I like a bit more than Girl in the Tower. But I do think on this reread, Bear and the Nightingale was the most standout for me this time around. It was real good. I'm so glad I reread that whole trilogy, though. Upright Women Wanted was good. I don't know where to put it. Probably here. It's a good novella. It doesn't really stick with me, and I didn't really like some of the character work, but it was really good. I had a good time with it. Wild Seed. This is great. Let me get this up here. Get this up here to great. I am so intrigued. Now, whether this book stays great or not is based purely on how much I love the rest of the series, because I think it's a really compelling start. And I do think it stands okay on its own, but it's definitely really intriguing as like the start of something. So I'm very interested. And then we have Winter's Orbit, which I'm putting at the top of good. It would have been higher if it leaned more into the romance elements, but it leaned a bit more into the murder mystery elements, which, again, not big into murder mystery. And I just thought that that's where it showed its weaknesses for me and my tastes. So here it is. My list of the first 60 books, approximately. I think it all makes a good amount of sense. Is there anything I should upgrade to amazing? Maybe Wild Seed. No, I think that's where it's supposed to be. I think everything makes sense. Yeah, and not too many bad books. I mean, I read a non-zero amount, but not too bad. So yeah, if you want to leave an emoji, I guess, I don't know, leave a star. That's simple enough. And feel free to comment any things you have about the books I've mentioned. I do have reviews for so many of these things. And I don't think I can realistically link all of them, but I will try to link a lot of them. But I have a reviews playlist, and I have like different playlists for different series and things like that. So like, I have a lot of my thoughts out there in the ether. But if you need help finding it, let me know. I will point you in the direction or just answer your question. I also have a Discord where you can chat with me there. I'm always on there. People are always chatting about books, recommending books to each other. And otherwise, I think that's it. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.